Hi guys, Quaker Girls Fashion here, and so this video today is going to be a little bit different to what I normally do. This video is going to refer back to my blog post that I have written on my fashion blog. Link is up there now if you want to look at that. It's about things that I wish I could tell my teenage self. There's quite a lot of things that I wish I had told myself all those years ago, because it has like a direct correlation to me being nearly 25 in March. So I'm going to refer to my post that I have done on my fashion blog, and yeah, these are just some of the things that I wish I'd told myself back in the day. So number one is saving is more important than you think. This is like the most fundamental one that I'd wish I could go back and tell myself, because now I'm nearly 25 and I'm still living at home, and it's not a great feeling. Like, a lot of people that I know are out there and they've got their own places and they have their own homes, their own, and like even their own families, which is quite upsetting to me in a way, because it feels like I'm not doing something right. In a way I haven't, because when I was 15 or 16 I was allowed to literally take hands of my savings account, and my parents thought it was a good idea to give a 16-year-old with no responsibilities their savings account. Of course, in one day I blew nearly £1,000, or just under that, and I wish I had not done that and actually just saved. I used to have a paper round as well. I know it only got me £9 a week. I had that for 5 years, so if I had to save £5 a week from that, let me just look at the maths, because I did this on my fashion blog. There's no way that I could do it in my head. If I had saved £5 for 5 years, I would have at least had 1,300. I know that doesn't sound a lot, but that's towards a deposit for a house, and then not to mention all the Christmas tips that I used to get from that as well as my actual job when I started working at the cupcakery. I wish I'd saved monthly for that, because now I would have quite a nice little nest egg that I could have put towards a deposit on a house. And it makes me quite upset that my 22-year-old boyfriend has his own house. It does make me jealous. I'm gonna put my hands up and say jealous, and it just makes me feel like crap, because I feel like I'm doing something wrong, and I only have myself to blame, but it's not a great feeling. So that's one of the main ones. One of the ones here as well, your parents aren't out to get you. Your parents are there for you all through your life, and when you're a 16-year-old and your parents won't let you go out, you think it's like the end of the world, but they were only actually there to protect you or look after you. And I wasn't the easiest of teenagers. Obviously, because I couldn't come out as gay, because I just thought everybody would disown me. I had a lot of things to battle with. I got bullied at school, so I had that on my mind. Lots of eating, all things to do with eating and disorders and things like that. So I wasn't the easiest of teenagers. I did have a phase where I rebelled, and I was vile. I was vile to my parents, I was vile to my brother and sister, and I was probably vile to anybody that literally wanted to be friends with me or things like that. I lost all my friends in secondary school due to a rumour, and I don't think I helped the situation in that as well. But yeah, your parents are there, and they're the ones that brought you into this world, and they want nothing but the best for you. So don't be vile to your parents, because they do so much for you, and you don't understand that until you actually get older. And it's not nice to think of a world without your parents, because some people do, and some people are going through that now, and it's not a very nice feeling at all. I've still got both my parents, and I'm quite lucky in that respect. So yeah, don't be vile to your parents. One of the main ones which I have embraced quite firmly now is don't be afraid to be different, embrace your quirks. Very much from a young age I probably knew that I was different, with the retrospect of being gay and my taste in fashion sense, the fact that I only had friends that were girls, the fact that I wanted to do things that most boys probably didn't really want to do, like textiles, dance, drama, things like that. And I wish I wasn't afraid when I was at school to embrace that. I didn't do dance because I was scared about what people would say. I did drama, which was I loved doing, because I then could pretend to be somebody that I wasn't and kind of be myself, if you know what I mean. But still, people were horrible to me, regardless of, even if I dressed down like a normal person, I still got people saying things to me and things like that. But now I do that, but I wish I'd done it at an earlier age. Live by my quote, dress to depress. But yeah, I wish I'd have done it at an earlier age. But you learn things, don't you? And when you grow up, it's easier. People are more understanding and kind of accept people for who they are. Don't be so hard on yourself. This is one that I should have listened to, because I was really hard on myself through school and college and things like that. I was not one for sitting exams. I was really rubbish when it came to exams. I never ever did well in exams, and that's why I came out with really rubbish grades at school. Come college, I did amazing. I did amazing in my grades, and that was because of the environment and setting. Where at school, it's very, very pressurised, and it just wasn't very nice, and I buckled under that pressure. My anxiety got the best of me, and it just wasn't very nice, and that's why I didn't do very well at school. As well, I beat myself up about people liking me. I always was worried that people didn't like me. I was worried that the boy that I liked would not pay any attention to me, and he didn't, so I beat myself up about that at school as well. And I was always worried that within my group of friends I would just blend into the background because I was boring, and I kind of did in a way. But yeah, school was horrible really when you look back now, when you think things, and it's just not a very nice place. So really, I just wish that I hadn't stressed out in school. Spots as well was another one for me. I had terrible acne at school. I was always worried about what people would think, what people would think of me when I walked past and they'd see my face covered in spots. I wish I could just go back and say, don't worry about that now, because you're going to have amazing skin when you get older. Well, not amazing skin, but better than what you had. And yeah, I wish I could just go back and say, don't stress out, and give myself a hug, because I know how many times I got down about my face and how much I hated the way that I looked, and just how much it made me feel really crap. This one's a big one for me. I should have got help for my anxiety. I've done countless videos about my anxiety. I did go to the doctors once, but they just didn't really prescribe me anything. This new doctor that I had, she did amazing, and she has changed my life really. Anxiety stopped me from doing a lot of things in the past. They've made me turn down jobs, turn down a dream job of being in the photography business, and it's just something that I wish I'd overcome before I got to my 20s. But at the end of the day, we can't always have what we want, but it would have been a big thing in my life if I actually did overcome anxiety before I turned 20, because those years when you're like socialising and things, I didn't go to a lot of social events because I was worried about what people would think, if people would like me, and that's the anxiety of it all really. And every situation that I put myself into, I'd worry and think about scenarios that would happen, and 9 times out of 10 they never did happen, so I don't know why. It's just that mindset of your brain that just makes you worry about things, and I wish I could go back and just say, just calm down, you'll be fine. Don't let people walk all over you. Throughout my life I've had lots of people that have come into my life, be my friend, and then literally disregard me at their own accord, really. I wish I could tell myself this right the way through. Even up to now, there's still people that came into my life in the last couple of years that walked all over me and made me try and change the way that I was and change them to what they like and what they don't like and things like that. I just wish I could have stood up for myself a little earlier in life, and even more so now as well. I still have people, not so much now anymore, but I did, and I wish I could have stood up for myself instead of getting other people involved and trying to get them to change and things. It's not a great feeling when you feel like that, but at the end of the day, people shouldn't walk all over you. I am one of these people that will give you as much love and attention as much as you need, and I wear my heart on my sleeve a lot. So yeah, I wish nobody would have dulled my sparkle, really, because that's who I am, and at the end of the day, that's what I am, and it's not a nice feeling, really. A lot of my teenage years I spent worrying about my body, and I wish I'd have loved the body that I was in, because at the end of the day, it's who you are, and people might not like it, but if you might not like it, but you can't really change it. There's no other way unless you went and had cosmetic surgery. I remember going through a lot of my teenage years wanting a nose job because my nose was too big, or wanting laser hair removal because I have a hairy chest or a hairy tummy, and being too skinny as well. I can't help that, it's my metabolism at the end of the day. I might eat crap food, but that's up to me. Teenage acne as well, again, like I'd said in my last post, it comes and goes at the end of the day, so I shouldn't have worried so much about how I looked. And yes, I might have got bullied because I had acne, but it's made me realise that you can't change what you look like unless you go under the knife or you do drastic things to yourself, and there's just no point. Work with what you've got. I know that my curls are my best asset, my eyes are my best asset now, so I try and focus on those quite a lot. My fashion sense, so I try and work on that as much as I can so it doesn't make me look too thin, so I wear bulkier options and big jackets and things like that to keep over me. But yeah, I wish I could have gone back and said, stop worrying about how you look, don't cry at yourself in the mirror, because there's just no point. As much as you do it, it's not going to change anything. So yeah, this one is a big one for me. The boy that broke your heart wasn't love. I was with a guy for at least 4 years. He was my first relationship with a boy after I came out being gay, and I thought it was perfect. I thought we were going to go really far and we wanted to do lots of things together. We never did, but at the end of the day it wasn't meant to be, and it wasn't my fault. As much as I thought it was never my fault. I put my life and soul into that relationship. Every Valentine's, every birthday, every anniversary, and every Christmas I'd make a handmade card. I would get gifts that I knew that he would love. I even got gifts for his mum and his dad. I did everything I could in my power to make sure that the relationship worked. Maybe being in a long distance relationship probably wasn't the best, even though it was 145 miles, so it was a lot of travelling. Come the end, it was me that was travelling the most. So really it was like a one-sided relationship. I just happened to be the one that was given the most. But I need to be accepting of the reason why he left. Obviously it was another boy that was involved, as adamant as he was that it wasn't, but it made me realise at the time, I thought I was worthless. I thought I just was not gonna go on. I thought my world had crashed down around me. But on the contrary, it didn't, and I got through it, and it got me to this place today where I have my fashion blog and my fashion YouTube, and I even met someone even better, and that I can rely on, and I know that he's going to be there, and he has defined the meaning of love for me. As cringy as that sounds, but yeah, I need to go back and tell myself that it's not love, it's just, it might have been love, but it wasn't, if you know what I mean. And as well, but he used to made me realise as well that I was suppressed in that relationship. I was never allowed to wear what I wanted and do the things that I wanted. Like, I wanted to dye my hair grey, he really didn't like that. I wanted to. He wouldn't let me wear some things because obviously being around London, it was some of the places that we used to go, it was a bit dodgy, and he would just worry about me making a scene with anybody or causing a scene because he didn't like me wearing stuff. And that was a big like explosion in my head that made me realise he was horrible to me really, and I was suppressed, and that's why I made a big deal about my fashion blog, dye my hair grey, change of complete image, and actually allowed myself to be who I wanted. And the last one really is just have fun while you're young. I'm not exactly like dinosaur old, but I do see myself looking at like younger kids now, and I just think, God, I'd kill to go back to that age and have no worries or responsibilities. And I really did not have a fun teenage years really, because of all the worries and the anxieties and lack of friends. All down to me, I suppose, because of the way that I was. But I wish I could go back and do things differently and just have fun, because I mean, I'm living up for it now because I can have fun and go and do things that I want and be able to drive places because I've got a car and I've got money. But I think looking back now, I wish I'd done a lot of things differently. You can't change the past, unfortunately, because otherwise there'd be a lot of people and a lot of things that would be different. But I suppose you just have to live for today and just change things the way that they are now. And so yeah, there's a lot of things that I would change about being a teenager. And it all boils down to anxieties, spending money like I've got it coming out my ears, and realising that you're a nice person and you're going to get a lot of people that take that for advantage. So I wish I could change those, but you can't. So I suppose it's made me who I am today, and that's what I'm grateful for really, so I have to take that. So yeah, that's a very long video for just some short things, but the blog post fully is on my fashion blog, so if you want to go and have a look at that, check that out, and the link is down below, and the link that I posted before. I've got a lot of exciting things to come up. I'm going to do lots of fashion videos soon. I've got lots of things, ideas in my head, and I've got some new photography gear because I broke the last ones. So I'm really excited and I can't wait. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you on the flip side. Bye!